like that. All right, so Naya hero here. This is an archetype that I've been really kind of excited to play. This is a card that it's really difficult to figure out what exactly we want, what kind of shell we want this card to be good in. This card just has so many different places it can go. We've tried Esper, we've tried Naya, we've tried Bant, and actually I think this is the first time trying Naya. So we're trying Naya, we've tried Bant, we've tried Esper, we've tried 4-color. So can I re-gift a subscription to their viewer? Yeah, you can gift subs using the desktop feature. So let's, without further ado, let's see. The matches are supposed to be back up, so let's try and hop in here. Traditional ranked. Whoop. Naya hero. Let's do it. The Bant hero list was actually really good, Todos. That was your tempo list I ended up calling Bant hero. It was really sweet, actually. I was pretty impressed with it. Oh, this is a video game, so I can put my headphones on to get some sweet audio. You did miss the Excel morning, Punishing Waterfalls. This hand looks great. Just this, into this, into this. I am currently standing, yes. I have a standing desk that goes up and down with motors in the legs. I split my time sitting and standing. I'm kind of a bouncy person, so like being able to stand lets me move around a little bit more. Well, this is just like actually the nuts curve, right? Just like hero into history into heroic reinforcements. Please don't gates ablaze me. Okay. If you wanted to play Jund in this format, the ideal way is probably black, green, splash, red. Caleb Durward had a pretty sweet green, black, splash like Reveler deck that seemed interesting. All right, they're down to 6, so if we get Gates Ablaze this turn, we might have a hard time finishing out. Hey, what's going on, Raver? Thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. It was supposed to, the update was supposed to go live today with how they count things, so a little annoying that it didn't. Swiftblade into Colossus could help us pull through here, which this is a sweet combo, by the way. That's good. Good, clean living there. Thanks for the great content. Thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Removal spell. Yikes. All right. Can't go over it. Can't go around it. Gotta go through it. Hey, Hopex. Thank you very much for the brand new Prime support there. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month. Oh, I guess this attack isn't very good because we just trade, basically. Maybe I'm supposed to just sit tight there. Drawing the 7th land was definitely not ideal. The sub points do refresh. It's just that's how sub points work. The sub point count is very volatile. It goes up and down because subs fall off as time goes on. It kind of makes heroic reinforcements lethal because like they're gonna get this Gate Colossus back. Is the issue. Hey, Capped Thirsty, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. I appreciate it. Yikes. All right, we're done here. Land 7 and 8, not gonna do it for us. Tajic is very good in this matchup. You are not wrong. How am I supposed to board? So, like, Lava Coil seems bad. I think I keep Justice Strike just because it kills the Gate Colossus and stuff like that. Do I want Spellbreaker as just an aggressive card? I think I just want this as, like, a 3/3 with haste. Probably board in, like, a Cindervines or Knight of Autumn. Knight of Autumn kills their blocker, too. Knight seems fine. Maybe Knight's marginally better than Spellbreaker. Split these two, too. I don't think I want Cindervines. Is Cindervines better than Spellbreaker? I don't know. Cindervines is like a little bit of reach, too. It kills Summit, it kills their blocker. Maybe that is worth happening. Tecatli does not prevent the draw on Krasis. Krasis is a cast trigger. Yeah, I guess Justice Strike or Cindervines is probably better than Strike. Justice Strike kills the goat. I think Collision's pretty good, actually. It can kill Krasis when they play them, and it, like, with our Vindicator is pretty powerful. $24 lands is about right. You want to play about 24 to curve to 4 consistently. I get that it feels bad that we just, like, drew 8 lands and died, but, like, pretty sure we want 24 at least. Speaking of lands, what's our white count at in this deck? Is it at least 17? Looks like our white count is 18 even. Good clean deck building right there. So we've got History into Heroic Reinforcements into a Gruul Spellbreaker after they sweep our board. So that's pretty good. So this hits for... No! No! Oh, I just drug the wrong card out. Well, that's incredibly awkward. Well, I have Heroic Reinforcements after they sweep my board now. Sorry. Sorry, chat. So they should be at 10, and then I'd have this into this post thing. Yikes. Yep. Clicking too fast. Yep. There's been a Colossus spotted in the woods, chat. There's been a Colossus spotted in the woods. Thunk thunk. The old triple Boros charm you. That was fantastic. Hit him! Give him the tree! Give him the tree! That was fantastical. We infect now. That's why we didn't take it out of the deck. It's just like good on its own, but it's like absurd when we have the double strike creature. Think we got it. Infect was always good against Tron in Modern. You're not wrong. Oh, this hand is so good with an untapped land. Just like any shock or mountain. Why, Temple of Tilts? Why? I'm on the draw, chat. I'm on the draw. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Tajic is so good in this matchup. Just like Tajic trades 1-for-1 with Clarion and Gates Ablaze. Temple of Tilt, Temple of Tilt. Do 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 do. Never knock. Anybody who's watched this stream before knew that this hand was a keep. Yikes. Probably dead. Who's the gate deck now? Yeah, just like not only didn't draw the untapped land on 1 or 2, just like didn't draw land for 3. They have a 5/5. Yeah, I think maybe this was better as just a strike. I don't know. Arena's always been best of 3, almost always. Arena's had best of 3 since it went into open beta. Yeah, the new ones turned out really good, Nick. My buddy's gotten much better at them. Doing good stuff. The Rams won the Superb Owl there. Stands fine. It's like Hero into Swiftblade into Heroic. Gosh, Heroic's even pretty good with Swiftblade too, right? It gives it +2/+2 basically. My favorite rare land from any standard? I actually really like the temples. I think they're kind of like the perfectly balanced dual lands. Yeah, mentoring Vindicator is good with Tajic too. I wonder if there should be a third Tajic in our sideboard for... I wonder if there should be a third Tajic in our sideboard for when, what's the word I'm searching for? Third Tajic from when we play against like Gates Ablaze and stuff like that. So I went ahead and Lava Coiled there, waiting on the Justice Strike, because I assume they're going to play another creature this turn. Driving in my car, beep beep. Did you have a Mortify and just like didn't use it last turn? Wow, interesting. Dunk, dunk, dunk. It's a little cold in my basement. I'm gonna turn my space heater on real quick. Looking forward to the summer. Yeah, Grow Rhythm's a good time. I think this is a matchup where I want Tristani. I don't really have a lot of sideboard cards here. I think I'm just like boarding this in and like trimming 1 Colossus. Like I have this is like 10 removal here. That seems fine. I'm ready to defend the realm of Oglandia from those who oppress it and defend from intelligent arguments and non-constructive criticism. Thank you for the 12 months there, Cloud. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Have a sword. This hand's great. Needs some lands, but very good otherwise. Can you explain why not to side in Spellbreaker? Could you instead tell me why you think we should side in Spellbreaker? Why do you think Spellbreaker is good? Because, like, in order for me to tell... There's a lot of reasons it's not good, but I need to kind of understand where you're coming from in order to give you a decent answer. The fact that Flower only gets basic lands, I think, means it leaves a lot to be desired. So, how do we feel about attacking Dovin and Colossusing to kill him? I think I like that. Give him the tree! Give him the tree! Hey, what's going on, The Rex? Thanks for dropping in. Can you explain why you didn't side in Nexus? What's going on, Tony? Thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate it. Wow, just Just no blocks. Well, that's great for me. So, do I just play Swiftblade Vindicator at this point? I think I just play a second hero, right? Yikes. Need a Lava Coil here. I like need a Lava Coil, but I like also need a land. Probably dead at this point. One-third of the way to the mod beat stick. Thanks for the 4 months of entertainment. I'd like to request one of your finest times out. Thank you for the support, the freak. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Wonderful to see them trade a token for some damage. Wow, that's aggressive. Pretty happy to take this trade here. Sarah for the Scales animation is A++, I agree. So I have Colossus to take this out of the air next turn. But then we're still going to get beat down by tokens. I'm just discarding Swiftblade. Yeah, we're a little bit too far behind at this point. Deputy Intention is a little bit too backbreaking. Just go ahead and click submit. I don't think Tocatli Honor Guard's good enough here. They boarded in the Bell Haunt, which kind of makes me want Tocatli Honor Guard, but that's probably loose. Well, they could have, if I only have one creature on the ground, they can attack with everything on the ground and pressure me. Deputy shuts off exactly, or Tocatli shuts off exactly Deputy and Bellhaunt. Lear is probably, well, the problem with Lear is, like, they have a bunch of spot removal, right? It does shut off. What am I cutting, chat? Again, like, sideboarding isn't about putting in all your best cards. It's about building the best 60-card deck. So if you want to suggest we bring something in, what are we cutting and why are we cutting that? Why is the card you're suggesting we bring in better than the cards that I'm currently playing? We want to cut Boros Challengers for Tocatli. I can cut Boros Challengers plus Tristani. I guess this card's not good if they're going wide. All right, let's try that. And I'm going to trim Tristani if I bring in Tocatli because Tocatli shuts off Tristani. Well, so people saying strike is met, you need to understand that, like, the draw my opponent had that game isn't going to be the draw they have every game. So, like, their deck has Hero of Precinct One, it has Seraph of the Scales, it has Thief of Sanity. These are all cards that Justice Strike kills. I get that, like, it's easy to focus on that last game that we played where, like, they had a 1-3 we wanted to kill and Justice Strike didn't kill that. But they have a lot of creatures that are very important to take off the table that Justice Strike does remove. How much would it be for you to play my Esper Angels list this week if it's not already in the queue? A $50 donation gets you played after in today's stream after the other $50 donations that I have, but to give you an exact price for later in the week, it depends on what's in the queue, the Rex. Usually things are getting played the next day if they're above 50 points. But outside of above 50 points, looks like about 40 points or so usually is going to get played this week. All right, don't Deputy of Detention me again. If they don't Deputy me, we're gonna destroy them next turn. All right, so they're dead, right? They're just super dead, and I think it's worth jamming the other hero here because they're just dead when they don't have the Deputy here. This hits them for, we're gonna hit for 6, like 14 here, and like have these left over. Beep beep. Put them in a little box and stuff them in the ground, chat. Dunk, 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 dunk. Are these things differently named human and soldier? They are, God bless. You got me. I wanted to kill them by as much as possible, okay? I wanted to kill them by as much as possible. How are we doing, folks? Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'd like to thank everybody for dropping in. As always, a big shout out to all of my wonderful subscribers. They are quite literally the folks that keep me employed. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. Past my subscribers, I'd like to give a short shout out to some of my wonderful sponsors. Harry's Razors would love to help you get that close, clean shave. Using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HugelShave, you can save $5 on your brand new shaving starter kit with them. Remember, chat, just because you like playing the degenerate decks doesn't mean you need to look like it. Hurley Burley Studio does professional Magic the Gathering altars. If you head on over to hurleyburleystudio.com, you can find a wonderful portfolio of border extensions, such as my wonderful basic lands here, as well as full art replacements. And using code Jeff10, you can save 10% on all of your orders there with them. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly to other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And of course, InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork that they have on their website. Yeah, the new banner looks good, Hurley. At any rate, we are heading on into our third match here with the Naya hero deck. Came up a little bit short against 4-color gates, but thoroughly stuffed Esper in the ground. What's going on, Spanquan? What would it take to cut Bant Amulet into the end of the queue today? Usually I only cut things in for big donations, Mr. Missouri, just because I don't want to be keeping track of lots of little cuts. So usually I look for a $50 donation to cut something in. We should be getting to Bant Amulet very soon, though. If not today, then tomorrow. We usually have pretty good viewer numbers on Mondays. I think I'm gonna run a little bit late today. All right, Sultai, this is the deck I want to play against. So matches like this, these kind of mid-range aggro decks against Sultai tend to struggle. So I'm interested to see if we have what it takes to push through here. Running this deck with Tajic in the Shanna slot. I've been really happy. Solved crowding around the 2-drop for me and hits. Like, we have 2 Tajic. I could see wanting more than 2. Tajic definitely seems like it's very good. It's got a lot of synergy for sure. Any hot takes after watching the team open this weekend? Yeah, watching team events sucks compared to regular events. I much prefer single format events, especially since they couldn't do time-shifted feature matches. Like, the time-shifted feature matches were so awesome last weekend. And then they couldn't do them because it was a team event, and it was really annoying. Well, that's pretty sweet. So, what am I doing here? So I'm definitely shocking this in, but like, what am I doing with my turn is the question. I think I want to double spell this turn so I get the most tokens off hero. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with Swiftblade Vindicator and see how they block, because we might get to slaughter them with this Colossus, depending on how they block. no, I only have one green. Awkward. I still get to kill most of their board though, right? You just get to trade here straight up. I actually don't have Electro Dominance living into my website yet, but I should get that up there. That deck's definitely felt pretty sweet. Wow, they're killing Vindicator instead of my hero. That's awesome. So do I Aurelia this turn? I think I Aurelia this turn, right? I guess that means they play Vivian next turn and shoot her down. So do I Heroic Reinforcements and beep beep? They do have Vivian. I think I'm just supposed to play this so that way they down tick on her. I think I'm okay with that. Because like next turn if I draw a land, I can go, if I draw a land next turn, I can go Colossus into Heroic and like have a bunch of haste tokens. I think I'm kind of okay with them shooting my angel here.
Every fight is draw and fire.
So like we're just trying to fade finality at this point. So if we don't get finality, they're very dead next turn. If they do finality us, we're probably done for, but
Not dead.
having to fade their sweeper is not a bad spot to be in our token S deck. Alright, sweet. So this game's over. Are they literally dead? I think they're literally dead, right? We're gonna get 4 more tokens. We're gonna have 10 2/2s attacking, plus 2 3/3s. Driving in my car, beep beep. Well, with their chump blocker, they're actually only taking 23. So like they're dead, but it's just barely dead. All right. Yay! Tecatli Honor Guard. I'm gonna trim my angel that just gets shot out of the sky. What are my other 2 cuts here? Is Justice Strike good enough? It might not be good enough. Maybe Boros Challenger's the cut. It's definitely one of our 2 drops. Is it just trim 2 Boros Challenger? Justice Strike doesn't kill Wild Growth Walker, which is a little mediocre. Leaving a couple of Justice Strikes seems fine. It kills everything other than Wild Growth Walker. I'm gonna leave 2, and I'm gonna split the difference. I'm a fan of the card. I've got my altars in my hand, and I just like, I'm a Magic player, so I can't like hold cards and not just like sit here and be flicking them. Like this is what I'm doing. That's what that noise is. Like I'm just sitting here, just very, very soothing. Just time to give a history lesson. I love giving out history lessons, chat. Yeah, the fact that it can be a combat trick too is also excellent. I agree. Fantastic curve here. Thank you, Hurley. So, okay, so that's a good thing to comment. I played, for people who aren't aware, I played Magic very competitively for a long time. I qualified for 2 of the 3 original SCG Players Championships, and I played like 30 competitive tournament weekends a year for like several years in a row. The reason why competitive Magic players flick their cards is because it's strictly correct to be flicking your cards when you draw a card for the turn, because you don't want your opponent to be able to track if you're playing a card you just drew or if you're playing a card that you've been sandbagging. So like whenever you draw a card, you're supposed to pick them all up and flick through them because it's technically correct to do so. So like once you get in the habit to do that, you're like, oh, I'm always supposed to do this. So like you just do it so you don't forget to do it, basically. Yeah, and in Hearthstone you can explicitly track, right? All right, so am I expecting I'm gonna History of Benalia this turn, but I think I'm not gonna Tecatli Honor Guard. Do I skip? The question I have to ask myself here is, can I beat Finality? Am I in a position where I can beat Finality? If I think I can beat a Finality by holding back, I should hold back and let them Finality and then try and build up after it. I'm not sure that we're in a position we can beat Finality. Like, yeah, they're gonna have like a 6/6 Trampler that's flying. Like, how do I beat through that? I'm just gonna play Tecatli and pass Finality, may please. Push my chips into the table. Hey, Mercadin, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for choosing to send that this way this month. So, worth noting, opponent missed 2 points of damage here. They could have, if they would have attacked for 4 first, they would have been up. All right, that's, as far as potentially beating Finality goes, that's definitely towards the top of the draws. So I think we just go Hero into Legacy here. And that, or yeah, Hero into Legacy, and the next turn we play Reinforcements and like beep, hop in our combo Jeep and run them over. Heroic Reinforcements is incredibly powerful. Yes! Yeah! Come on, do you have another play? If you don't have another play, this is real bad. Okay, they do have another play. Okay. Alright, so... And again, like the 6/6 kind of bearing down. I think I leave Hero back. Not only do I not want to trade, but like if I attack with this and they don't trade for something here, I'm dead to a removal spell. Yeah, so I think I just attack like this. I watch your YouTube recordings all the time, but can't subscribe on iOS mobile. Finally remember to do it on my desktop. Thanks for making quality content, and don't ever do the ASMR thing again. Well, thanks for taking the time to check in. I appreciate that. Okay, so they have land Chupacabra here, I'd assume. And then we need a removal spell. The current sub point count is above my head here. Dead to the Flampler. Do I want this Justice Strike? I don't know that I do. I think 2's probably fine. I have 4 collision too. A sub point, you collect sub points as a streamer for getting subscribers. So tier 1 and Twitch Prime subs give you 1 point. Tier 2 subs give you 2 points, and then tier 3 subs give you 6. I put my sub count up there. I should probably plug this. I should put the exclamation point ninja command in my title. Sovener, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed. Tecatli into Tajic. Sign me up. I figure 4,000 sub points is like basically the ninja of Magic, right? Because that's like 3,000 more sub points than I ever expected to have as a Magic streamer. So seems like a reasonable thing to call it. Jeff with pink hair equal Aloha, Jeff. That's great. Gosh, this card is so good. This gets to Kotley Honor Guard out of Finality range with this Tajic here. They're still 2 turns off of Finality as well, which means these Colossuses should kill them next turn. Twitch Prime does not give you advertisement for Givel anymore. If you're subscribed to a channel, you won't get ads on that channel. So if you use your Prime sub on my channel, you won't get ads on my channel. But Prime no longer gives you no ads across all of Twitch. They took that away at the end of last year. Hey, Borin Head, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, double Colossus just kills them here, right? They have some courses in analytic or algebraic number theory. I took 1 or 2 number theory courses. There's no kill like overkill. I'm gonna update the ninja command there real quick. We are racing towards platinum, yeah. I'm excited that we beat the Sultai deck. That matchup's usually hard for these white aggressive decks that get eaten up by Finality. So like heroic reinforcement packs a big punch. So what decks did you grind with to get to gold tier 1? I have no idea. We've just been playing stream decks. I haven't really been playing off stream. I think I played like 1 match off stream. What's my favorite split card from Guild's Allegiance? And Collision Colossus is really far up there, along with Incubation Incongruity. You upgraded to tier 3, Jameer Spy. Thank you for the very generous upgrade. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. So, the mana in this format with all of the dual lands, Dallas, is basically so good that it's pretty much strictly correct to be playing Sultai as opposed to straight green-black. Just like the upgrades you get for doing so are like really, really silly. There's a lot of good split cards in the format right now. It's one of the reasons why the format's so good. Bilbo the Burglar, thank you for the 10-month resub. I really appreciate that. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks back this way again this month. I appreciate it. Sure. I have a quick question. Do you think there's room for low to the ground Gruul aggro deck out there? No, I don't think so. Every time I've played decks like that, they feel pretty terrible in this format. I think they just leave a lot to be desired. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna Lava Coil this. I'm gonna attack for 2, and then next turn we'll get heroic reinforcements going. If they have another Chain Whirler, I feel a little bit bad about burning the Lava Coil aggressively there, but I think I'm supposed to just use my mana efficiently this turn. Mortify is really a split card. It is, isn't it? Hairball, thanks for the 4-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I definitely haven't played enough games to know anything about whether or not I'd play this in a tournament. Played like 3 matches. This deck checks boxes I'm interested in checking. It has a powerful, proactive game plan. So I'm going to play our heroic reinforcements here. But I don't think it's worth... Is it worth trading a token for 4 points of damage? It probably is, actually. It probably is. Because I have another heroic reinforcements next turn, which means I can attack with this. They have another Chain Whirler? That's brutal. Really? Okay. They have a way to kill this hero? Oh, they're just triggering light up the stage. That makes a lot of sense. Want Burning Tree back? Burning Tree's a messed up card. I think we're a little bit too far behind at this point. Yeah, too many 3/3s. Too many 3/3s. Christy likes money. She knows my hair will. She knows the dye will go away eventually. Grinding these bits. Throw these towards Black Green Infect. We'll do the beeves. Thanks for the biddies. Can't seem to do anything against Azcanta. I don't know. Board cards for Azcanta. Like, you have Assassin's Trophies. Like, you can, in fact, actually do things against Azcanta. So the can't do anything against Azcanta seems silly, because you can, in fact, do things against Azcanta. I think I want Tecatli Honor Guard here, actually, right? What do we think of this? Maybe I want Tecatli more than Tristani because she's really expensive. What do we think of this configuration? I think I like this configuration. Yeah, they have Vanny Show as well usually. No, it does not shut down haste. Haste is on Enter the Battlefield effect. I think I'm gonna try. Let's try this. I definitely need to. No, I think Heroic's fine. Like, I need a way to close the game once I've stabilized, and, like, I don't think any of the cards currently in my sideboard are better than Heroic Reinforcements. Gruul Spellbreaker is coming in just because it's like a 3-mana 4/4 in this matchup, which is very reasonable. So Boneless, I think, honestly, I'm not even sure that Tristani is good. Will we keep the pink as long as we're above 4,000? Yeah, maybe. I don't think we'll stay above 4,000. That's not usually how these things work, but, you know. All right, 1/4/4, please. Hot pink or pastel pink? Whatever Ninja does, we'll copy that. Thanks for the 5 months, Durin. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Let's get my resub to keep the numbers high and dye some hair. Thanks for shipping the Bezo bucks back this way, folks. I appreciate it. All right, so Tecatli, Lava Coil start attacking here. Is Modern a better format for someone who can't keep up with standard rotation and constant meta changes, so they could just perfect a single deck? Kind of. It depends. If you like, the problem with Modern is that you have to like a very specific type of Magic to enjoy playing Modern. If you don't enjoy playing linear, degenerate combo decks, Modern's not going to be enjoyable for you. There is going to be a new non-rotating format coming up too. It's starting in the fall. Just play Legacy. If you have an infinite wallet, Legacy is a good option. if the price of a Magic deck comparing to your mortgage doesn't faze you, Legacy's a good choice. Oh, I kind of expect to dye my hair pink. I always come through on my goals. I set my goals realistic so we can obtain them. If I didn't want to hit the sub goal, I'd have said something silly like 5,000. But I assume we'll probably hit 4,000 before the end of the month. We're doing Bant Flash after this match. Now, probably a couple more. Usually, if decks are good, I usually play them for 90 minutes to 2 hours. Hey, Goa, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people doing a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. I watched your Electro Dominance Living End and wondered if Shred Memory is a strict upgrade. Yahenni's expertise lets you cast Living End. My current sub point count is located above my head. We added it to the overlay this morning. There isn't really info about the new format announcement. The info is basically it will exist. Yikes, so I played the wrong land on one, although there's no way to know that I'm playing the wrong land, right? So if I would have played Sacred Foundry on one, I could have not shocked here. Sugar Dam doling out those fat sub gifties. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Steve Seagull with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. Twitch usernames are great. That's fantastic. So, someone commented on Treasure Map last time too. I don't know if they're supposed to do it in this matchup, but some of these red decks board up into post board to like be bigger, and I'm not sure if it's correct to do, but they do it. The Stream Decker on mobile does not work correctly. You need to use the link. Hopefully they fix that at some point. It's been broken for a long time. Yes, Spellbreaker just as like a 4/4 for 3 is very, very good. Alright, you have a 1-turn window to do stuff with Lyra. Wow, Boros Challenger plus Hero is pretty good too. Well, they have Experimental Frenzy plus a Treasure Map, so they could scry into like double removal here, but they need double removal this turn. Re-upping to the Ninja of MTG. Pink hair is the new meta and duo standard is the new law. Put this to Dove in War. Will do, Ryan. Thanks for the tier 2 resub. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me around. This build seems really awesome. There's so many sweet things to explore in this format. I wonder if we will find the best hero deck before we even finish. Like I feel like there's a good chance that we like go the entire season, like don't know what the best hero deck is at the end. That Imgur link from I Crypt My Pants is fantastic, by the way. This hand's not amazing, but it's definitely a keep. You can find the deck list located on the screen via the Stream Decker widget. Alternatively, you could type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. One Guildgate, please. Yeah, you should board in on I think you should board in Honor Guard against Mono Red in most decks, including this one. I think there is a very strong possibility that the reason why they are doing the Duo Standard format for the Mythic Invitational is because a non-Duo Standard format isn't ready yet. I think they know they won't have best of 3 direct challenge working by then, so this is just like a makeshift in the middle. It's neat that they're trying things too, but I would bet money that they're experimenting because they have to. Yeah, the Mythic Invitational is an arena tournament. I don't know when the Twitch recount's supposed to change. It's supposed to happen today, but I don't know when. History was a good pickup for sure. Looks like we're playing against Control or Fog, which means we really want to find some aggressive stuff here. Well, that's a good start. Did you try out Bant Hero already? Yeah, we've played a couple of different Bant Hero deck lists. You can always find everything that we've played on my YouTube channel as well as my website. They're gonna be dead next turn, right? So like, please don't settle or fog me, I guess. Now we just sit here and spin our tires until they don't have a fog. Well, Cyber Ninja, you're not thinking about it. They didn't create a new format. The new format that they have, they can already do with best of 1 direct challenge. So this is 8, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm attacking with everything because we're never beating Settle and I just want to attack for lethal. So I'm going to concede to Settle the Wreckage here. So we don't get counterspells post board in this build, but we do gain access to Cindervines, which is nice, and we get to cut our crappy removal. Is it obnoxious in my face? Yeah, I don't wanna annoy people. Yeah, we have Spellbreakers in the side too, that is true. So we don't have to play around Settle when we have that one out. It's absurd that the way Duo Standard is set up, a player can go first in all 3 games. Yeah, do you know why it's probably set up that way? So they can have it happen at random. Yeah, Knight as well. We definitely have better tools post-board in this matchup. And like game 1, we can occasionally steal by just being aggressive, but we're definitely a little bit behind, I would expect. Which is, again, why sideboards are so critical for my favorite part of Magic, because they make matches like this much more reasonable. All right, what are my last 2 cuts? This card's probably a cut. Sisay or Boros Challenger. It's probably Legacy, right? I think I want to keep the collisions in. Well, like W-Car, in the format where we're living in now, leaving in removal and post-board against control is not a terrible idea generally. Like there's a lot of stuff like that. Cut a land? You crazy? Stop it. I boarded in a bunch of 3s. I'm not cutting a land. So I'm cutting all of my removal spells that are likely blanks. I think I like leaving in collision just because it's +4 damage as a surprise. And if they have things like Krasis or Lyra or Shalai post board, it kills that card as well. So I think I want to either cut Boros Challenger or Legacy because I have a lot of 2s and all of my 3s are pretty important. I could see Aurelia being a little bit too slow. I'm going to cut Aurelia actually because she's slow. Let's do that. And boarding in more 3s, so let's cut a 4. Yeah, so one of the things that's important to know about sideboarding, if you're new to Magic and sideboarding especially, is that you don't want to sideboard for the deck you just played against. You need to sideboard for the deck you're going to be playing against. So, like, your opponent is going to change their deck post-board, and you want to predict what they're going to do and make sure you sideboard in a way that lines up well against what they're going to be doing, not what they just did. Which is where having knowledge of the metagame and what to expect from specific decks makes you better at sideboarding, because you can predict, like, Thief of Sanity or cards like that out of control post-board. These 2 spells aren't even that good, and we have 5 lands. So we're going to go ahead and mulligan here and look for some better spells. This hand has mono Temples of Tilt, but I do get a Scry. If I get to curve Cindervines into History, we should be good here. So this is definitely a keep. So we get 2 shots to find that untapped land here. So sideboarding up cards is actually a pseudo recent rule change. You couldn't always do that. So you could just play another Knight of Autumn instead of Cindervines if you're missing it, but Cindervines is much better in this matchup because Cindervine kills the Fog opponent while they're dirtling. If I wanted to use bits to up a deck in a queue, would I just donate bits? Yes, that's exactly what you do, Randy. You just do the cheer, and in the same message of the cheer, say this is for deck X, and whatever deck you want to bump up. And then keep in mind the queue doesn't update in real time. I manually update that at the end of the stream. Retreat doesn't count as a plains because plains and those land types are subtypes on the land. So when I mouse over this, you'll see this just says land here on its type line. Whereas if you mouse over something like a shock land, like say Temple Garden, it will say land, forest, plains. I already have a sword somehow, but I got my 12 months. Thank you for the 12 months of support, Bob. I really appreciate all you've done here. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Thunk. This one is auto renewal, so it already gets counted towards the pink hair. Go to work, chat. Thank you for the 6 months, J-Boz. Welcome back. Yeah, so if we would have gotten to curve Vines on 2 into History on 3, we probably would have run them out of the game. Here, we're probably going to be too slow, which is unfortunate. Ranting Bob doling out 20 sub gifties. That's why you had a sword already. Bob, you crazy. Would you like to see Sultai Nexus up next? Sounds good. You rock. Whoop. Dunk. All right, Cindervines up to 2. Yes, yeah, tier 3, so tier 1 subs and prime subs give 1 point, tier 2 subs give 2 points, and then tier 3 subs, because they're big, give me a bonus point, so tier 3 subs give me 6. So. I believe the highest Magic streamer under me at the moment only has like 2,600 points, so I mostly want to hit 4,000 for bragging rights. Feels like a sweet goal to hit. Corel, thank you very much for the very generous tier 3 sub. Welcome, welcome. Tier 3 subs get to add a deck to the queue every month, so be sure to submit one through the form on my website. I really appreciate that. But Jeff, 4 months isn't even a big deal. It is to me, Deadpool. Thank you for the third of a year. Welcome back. And Fonsetti, thank you for continuing your sub gift on. Welcome back. Hyder gifted a tier 1 sub to Ninja. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. With the next level plays. Best deck in standard. Probably Sultai Midrange. Slacker, there's a lot of notifications coming up from the sub gifts at the moment, so if you did something, it's going to take half a second to pop up. All right. Vines up to 3 points of damage. Oh, it's frozen. Yikes, that happened the other day too. Weird. All right, Cindervines is dealt 4. Will do, Hyder. Yeah, Vines is up to Boros turn, and if they put, remember, this shocks them when you kill an enchantment with the 2. So, like, if they put, like, Wilderness Reclamation into play, I get to sacrifice this and shock them. Doing my part to make up the 4K. Thank you, Stinger, I appreciate that. Thanks for the 20 months. Hope you had a good weekend. Welcome back. This card is very good. If you're playing red-green and don't have access to blue or black, you need 4 copies of this card in your sideboard in this format. There are too many Nexus decks to not play 4 of this card. You need Cindervines, Counterspells, or Duresses. Larynx doling out the sub-gifties. Thank you very much for the generosity. I appreciate that. Welcome. Struggling against gates with the Sultai deck. The gates deck is good against Sultai. All the new subs, there's shovels in the corner. Make sure you get digging. All right, so we're only gonna attack with my 4/3s. Does the hair dye extend to the beard too? No, just the top of my head. Just the top and the sides. Top and the sides. And then I'm actually gonna go ahead and just play Knight of Autumn out here because I want Cindervines to keep hitting them for damage every time they play a spell. So let's go ahead and do this. Want to take the search off the table, but don't want to lose my Cindervines. You're so mean, Marty. When I asked Christy if she'd be okay with me dyeing my hair for a sub goal, her response was, "What hair?" I have a very loving and supportive wife. This is aggro deck is a good reason. Is there any reason why it's not running 1-drops at all? What 1-drops should we play? Why are they worth playing? Why are they better than the cards we're already playing? All right, Cindervines up to like, is it 6 or 7 points of damage? I've kind of lost count at this point. If we get to 4,500, will you do the beard also? Hey, Nick, thanks for the tip. Thanks for the sub, Hoglandia. All right, well, only have to attack with 3 of these. All right, sometimes these decks play Cleansing Nova, so I don't think I'm supposed to play anything else out. Do you run Vines to punish the extra turns or to blow up the untap? It's because it does both. This card's super flexible here. This Naya deck's been awesome so far. This matchup seems a little bit hard, but we like ran over Sultai and we beat Mono Red and we did a couple other things. I think this card's very good. My roommate's cat has upgraded from attacking Twitch chat to attacking the talkie box man on the TV. Nice. This is game 2. We are down a game. I think Cindervines is modern playable. Yeah, I think so. It's like a card that's good against Storm, that's also like good against artifacts and enchantments, so probably okay. The problem is that like decks that could play Cindervines in modern like aren't very good in general, I don't think. It's a very good split card for sure. I missed your dono. I don't see a dono that I missed. Oh, Randy, if you're into hero decks, the Marty midrange deck is in the queue for you. Thank you. I'm sorry, I did miss that. Yep, you have a tap free.
Right on schedule. Let's take it back.
All right, so I assume we're dead. Conceding to Nexus of Fate here because they have Teferi and Azcanta and Chemister's Insight and all that jazz. Hopefully they're chemistering to dig And they brick, but... Sweet. Sweet. Just dead. That's sweet. Like, we stumbled and bumbled that game, right? Like, we had 2 tapped lands to start and missed our 3rd land on 3. That is not how math works. 3 tier 3 subs would put us to 3,900, not 4,000. Hey, what's going on, right, Cat? I hope you feel better. Working towards knighthood, more 0. Thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Yeah, this deck's been really impressive. Hero's just good in so many shells. Vines did 9 damage, and then eventually they died. Vines, more importantly, did 9 damage, and then it also got Teferi to tuck instead of drawing a card, right? Which was a big deal as well. What do they get you on Twitch? So, on my channel, tier 2 subs every single month get to bump a deck in my queue by 10 points. And tier 3 subs can either add a new deck with 30 points or bump an existing deck by 40. So, in general, past that on Twitch, they get you extra emotes. But for my personal stream, I give bonuses for my sub queue, my deck queue. Vines can be sacrificed in response to Teferi Tuck if there's a target for it. I don't think this hand's good enough, right? It's missing land, and it doesn't have any of our important cards for the matchup. Marius Squirrel, thank you very much for shipping your Bezo bucks this way. I appreciate that. I'm gonna go to 5. Double Guildgate. I have to keep this at 5, I think. Yeah, History is just a good Magic card. Playing History in this deck is a good example of don't be a slave to your theme, just play good cards. So, like, I get that History's not good with Hero because it doesn't trigger it, but History's just good in general. Sounds good, Bob. Go the tapped lands, go the tapped lands, go the tapped lands, go. Do 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 do. Yeah, Thief of Sanity in the Pirates deck. Just play the good cards in your colors. I completely disagree with your assessment, Serialist. In fact, you should watch all of the matches we play if you're even thinking about cutting this card. Collision Colossus is very, very good in this deck. It's literally +8 damage with Vindicator, and it gets you out of all sorts of sticky situations. I also really wouldn't recommend cutting Lava Coil. It's one of the best removal spells red decks can play. I've actually never dyed my hair before. I feel like I should do that before it's all gone. Everyone panicking is hilarious. Nobody panic! So tomorrow... Our racers aren't going very fast, chat. They are slow. They are slow and dirtily. We are not ahead here, believe it or not. If we hit an untapped land for heroic reinforcements, we hit for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Which is like a pretty reasonable clock. We are winning on the scoreboard. That is very true.
Trust me. Hurry.
Alright, land so we can kill this stuff replays. I've got a deck in the queue that I really don't want to see more after watching your content up to Arena, and I gotta say, none of the non-interaction gets boring quickly. Can I submit another deck and tag the points? Yeah, you should email me from the PayPal email address that you sent the donation from, Modian. I'd be happy to help you get that switched out. If they untap with Teferi, I'm conceding. Yeah, if they have a fog here, I'm gonna move along. Our start was slow again this game because we mulliganed and had an awkward one and we didn't have any of our impactful cards. Next. Alright, let's play one more. I usually like to try and end the decks on a high note. R9K mode prevents people from spamming the same thing over and over again. We've had an issue since we've been at the top of the magic section consistently now, which is awesome. We've had spam bots coming in. Integrity Intervention is okay, but I think Collision Colossus is the better card on average, and I don't think we have room for more than 4 pump spells. What are the points of spam bots? They advertise things. I don't say things without, I don't lie. I am many things, but I am not a liar. So if that number above my head hits 4,000 out of 4,000 or 4,000 out of 4,200, it'll go to, we'll get some pink hair on stream. Another fog deck. Whenever I see the Lisa ad, I'm shocked you sold the non-zero number of mattresses. I think actually my code got used like 11 times. Chrissy didn't think my code would get used at all. Yeah, could be some kind of flash or control deck with the syncopate. I'm gonna shock this in so that way I can't get syncopated off this, which probably means I'm getting quenched. Have we talked about quench in this format? Not really. It's fine. I would classify it as fine. I need to buy hair dye on my way home. No, I'm gonna go get it done professionally somewhere, Christy.
We need to move quickly.
I don't want to muck around with that ourselves. I'm just gonna go somewhere and get it done. Wow. Wow, that's rude. Alright, well, we're dead. It's funny. These last couple of games are kind of funny because people were talking earlier about cutting lands. I also love the people who have just entered chat now for the first time who are like talking about the deck being bad. I would encourage you to improve your critical thinking skills and like not evaluate a deck after like watching 2.5 matches, especially against the same thing where you like miss land drops, like had all our lands come into play tapped. Sinus, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. So we're shipping your Bezo bucks this way. What would you recommend to have mana when I need it? I recommend checking out Frank Karsten's Mana Math article for talking about the types of lands you need to play. Not so wicked Twitch. Thank you very much for doling out the sub gifties. I appreciate that. I think this is fine. I don't think I want more Cindervines necessarily. It doesn't look like they're fog. They could be a control deck with the Crisis. They could still be a fog deck. Maybe I'm just supposed to board in 4 Cindervines to hedge fog. Why so many gates in this deck? Well, you're missing the fact that there's only 1 gate in the deck. So does one count as a gate? Does many gates? If one is many, I've been counting things wrong my entire life. I think it's pretty good. Pretty sure it's just 1, right? Yeah, exactly. 1. The problem is we keep having hands where we have a bunch of these buddy lands without a land that puts them into play untapped. What games do you play when you're not playing MTG? These days, I pretty much just play Magic. Just really don't have time for anything else. I've been streaming 40 to 50 hours a week, which means I'm working 60 to 80 hours a week. It's like for every hour I'm streaming, there's like 5 to 10 minutes of off-stream work that I have to do to stay organized. Put on the show you have in front of you. I've been counting things wrong my entire life. What's going on, Burgle? Mean Bean. But my uneducated opinion matters. What's going on? Thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. I don't know exactly how many creatures my opponent has, and I think leaving in more than 4 removal spells for their Crisis seems loose. So like they only have 4 Crisis, and I have 4 Collision Colossus, so I think that's plenty of removal. That's kind of gross. I think I'm gonna do this into this. Have you done Mardu Hero with Judith? Yeah, I believe so. I'm pretty sure the Mardu deck on the Mardu aggro deck on my website has Hero and Judith. So we're making a 4-3 here. Man, they triggered our hero. What a beating. Their deck probably has a lot of ways to trigger hero. I wonder if they're playing their own heroes in their deck. Tip says gates versus Esper control. Yeah, draw your card advantage when it matters. Crisis buries them. Yeah, and actually we rolled past 3,800 on our way to 4K, so we have a 39th emote slot, and if we hit 4,000, we'll get a 40th emote slot as well. And even once the sub points drop back down, because a bunch of these were gifts, so a lot of the sub points will drop back down eventually, we get to keep the emoticons, which is great. Doink. No, my stream decker just grows. Only gets bigger. Nice Corley. How close are we? We are currently at 3,888. I'm gonna do this turn, and then hopefully find a land next turn so I can go Tajic into Colossus. Would be ideal. How long has this goal been set this morning? We started this morning at 3,700 points. I don't remember exactly what was said to start it, but it was something, I don't remember. It was something during the Modern Deck this morning. Hey, Trick Hall, thank you very much for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm so upset you missed my last re-up today. I bought again. I bought the tier 3 to go again. Sorry I missed it, Nimic. Woohoo! Beep beep. Rats. That's rude. I still get a thing at least. No good attacks here really. Don't really want to trade this for 2 points of damage. So just sitting tight still, hoping to hit a land so we can go Tajic into Red Sword specifically, so we can go Tajic into Colossus. Hey, Timothy, thanks for shipping those Twitch Prime bucks this way again this month. There's a lot of great people you can give those to. Thanks for sending them here again. Yeah, the fact that they have so many multicolored spells is brutal. All right. This is it, chat. This is our shot. Ship it. Yeah, the entrancing melody likely won them this game. I haven't talked to Watsy. I'm supposed to talk to Watsy tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see what comes of that. They double blocked here. I think I want to kill their hero. I think we just Colossus over. Probably dead. What am I talking to them about? So after they passed over on me for other folks for the Invitational, I sent them a message, which led to a couple of emails, which led to the meeting tomorrow. Because apparently they didn't just want to tell me why they skipped me via email. I would have just been happy with them sending me messages saying, this is why we don't like you, enter, but apparently they didn't want it in writing. No, this was before the other person withdrew. Like, this happened like Thursday last week, like afterwards. Kendalizer, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub there. I appreciate that. Welcome. You're shipping your Bezo bucks this way. They knew you posted to Twitter if it was an email. I think I just have to attack with everything here. Don't blow it. I mean, I'm not about to kiss Watsy's ass, okay? That's not how we run things. Do you see this above my head? The only asses I kiss are the people that send dollar dues to the stream, chat. We fine. We fine.
You know what?
Thanks, Stu. Yikes! Alright, that's probably the end of it. That's true. It is $8 grand for showing up. That would be paying. And they're basically gifting everybody that gets to that tournament a minimum of $8,000. Alright, Naya Hero. So this deck felt thanks for the bit, Speedo. So thoughts on this build. This build felt really good against Mono Red and Sultai and the other mid-range decks we played against. It, however, did not feel very good against Bant, both Nexus and the more controlling build that we just played against. Like, so what? I'm trying to think, like, hey, Eternal Witness, thank you for the 8-month resub. Awesome content. Don't you think you need hair so you can dye it pink? I've got some on the sides. The kids have left me some on the sides. I'm trying to think if there's any, are there any cards we can play other than Cindervines that can, like, help the control matchup for Naya? Is it like, it's probably like Vivian, right? Hey, Rycat, thanks for the sub gifties. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for all you've done here. I feel like maybe Vivian Reed is a direction we want to go. I could see that being reasonable. No, we died game 3 to Nexus. Vanguard could be okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe Vanguard's okay. Vivian's a pain. Honestly, I think the only change I'd make after playing that is the people saying Legacy was bad. I think I agree with you. Honestly, I kind of just want to go to 4 Tajic. This card's really good against the Gates deck because it counters Gates Ablaze. We could just go up to Carnage Tyrant, that's true. Yeah, Vivian or Carnage Tyrant or something like that. Rhythm's not very good in decks like this because all of our creatures are small. It also doesn't synergize well with our token producers. So if I think this deck feels like it's worth exploring more, and the problem you want to be solving with this deck, if you were working on it, is trying to figure out how to make the control matchup and the fog matchup better, I think. Tideseeker could maybe be okay. That's definitely good in those matchups. Could see that being reasonable.